Interpol operation saves human trafficking victims. Operation Liberterra, conducted over a 5-day period in July 2021, has resulted in the rescue of 430 victims of human trafficking, as well as the arrest of 286 criminals and the dismantling of 22 criminal groups. The undertaking involved the coordination between 47 countries, along with Europol and other international organizations. About 500,000 inspections were performed at multiple checkpoints, airports, and other designated locations. Because the people rescued had been subject to sexual exploitation and dangerous situations, they will be provided with medical, housing, and psychological aid. Our appreciation, Interpol, Europol, and all involved in this crucial mission. We pray that the affected people find peace and stability in their lives as we move towards a more harmonious era in heaven's kindness.
First ever rainfall recorded at Greenland's ice summit. The United States-based National Snow and Ice Data Center, or NSIDC, has detected rain for the first time in recorded history at the highest peak on the Greenland ice sheet, 3,216 meters above sea level, an area which is normally frozen. Furthermore, air temperatures stayed above freezing at that location for approximately 9 hours, which was the third such occurrence within less than a decade. Meanwhile, widespread rainfall and warm temperatures across the island over the 3-day period have caused extensive surface melting, resulting in colossal ice mass loss and runoff into the ocean. This in turn makes the ocean water warmer and darker, which absorbs more sunlight rather than reflecting it, and also causes the sea levels to rise. NSIDC's senior research scientist Dr. Ted Scamble said that this clearly shows the rapid warming of Greenland, and also stated, "We are crossing thresholds not seen in millennia." Many thanks for the alarming report, Dr. Ted Scambles and National Snow and Ice Data Center. In God's mercy, may all humanity urgently embrace the Earth-kind vegan way to save our planet.
Price and efficiency of solar panels consistently improve. Germany-based leading energy researcher Fraunhofer Institute has reported that the price of solar photovoltaic systems has been declining due to the saving in costs obtained by increased production levels. From 2010 to 2020, there has been a 34% yearly compounded growth rate in installed capacity, which now stands at around 707.5 gigawatts, or 3.2% of global energy production. In some locations, such as Sicily, Italy, the time to recover the cost for a system is only approximately 1 year. Furthermore, as the technology evolves, less energy and raw materials are needed to produce solar equipment, while their sunlight converting efficiency goes up. Nuclear, coal, and gas installations, however, have continued to increase in cost. Our gratitude for the interesting report, Fraunhofer Institute. May all sectors soon reach zero emissions to help the Earth's atmosphere return to a more pristine state in divine goodwill.
Study reveals that culture propels human evolution. Researchers at the University of Maine in the United States have discovered that culture, or learned skills, knowledge, and practices, are now the principal force directing human evolution as opposed to genetics. The reasons for this are that cultural adaptations can occur quicker than genetic changes, and humanity is now evolving in a more group-oriented way. They give examples of how science, medicine, and society help vulnerable people to survive, or aid those who could not ordinarily bear children to do so. This shows that the ongoing cultural progress is more powerful than genetics and supersedes even natural selection. Such a fascinating study, University of Maine researchers. In celestial upliftment, may our future development be ever more guided by compassion and mutual care.
Animal welfare activists in India have aided 65,000 animals in the past 15 years. Dr. Mini Vasudevan and her husband Dr. Madhu Ganesh, both retired engineers, established the Humane Animal Society in Coimbatore, India in 2006 and opened an animal sanctuary a few years later. The nonprofit has an operation facility with veterinarians on staff that conduct sterilizations and anti-rabies vaccination initiatives. In addition, it holds community awareness programs to promote kind treatment towards these sentient beings, offers volunteer opportunities, as well as encourages fostering and adoption, including international rehoming. In 2019, Dr. Vasudevan, a vegan, was conferred the Woman Power Award by the Ministry of Women and Child Development for her outstanding work in improving animal welfare. We applaud your precious commitment, Dr. Mini Vasudevan and Dr. Madhu Ganesh. May all our furry, winged, and other animal co-inhabitants be always cherished for their blessed presence in the love of the Providence.
Supreme Master Ching Hai gratefully present Dr. Mini Vasudevan and Dr. Madhu Ganesh the Shining World Compassion Award, plus $10,000 US in humble support of your organization's caring work for the sweet animals, with heartfelt thanks and praises, and God's love and blessings.
84-year young vegan proudly finishes ultramarathon race. Paul Yude recently endured the challenging weather to run a 53-kilometer ultramarathon through England's southwest peninsula, collecting more than 1,000 euros for Viva, a UK-based animal welfare charity. An enthusiastic plant-based activist and member of the Vegan Runners Club, Mr. Yude initially began his training during the first COVID-19 lockdown. He easily surpassed his original plan of running 10 kilometers daily for a period of 10 days, and even went on to complete a 102-kilometer run in 2 days. Furthermore, the energetic gentleman also ambitiously set a goal to do 1 million push-ups between the ages of 80 and 90. Mr. Yude has been a vegan for almost 2 decades and shares his recipes on his blog. How incredible! Our praises, Paul Yude, for demonstrating the power of the plant-based diet. In heaven's luminosity, may you continue to enjoy good health and inspire others for many more years to come.
Kind-hearted individuals fly dogs and cats to safety ahead of hurricane. An emergency evacuation brought 60 adoptable animals from overflowing shelters in the state of Louisiana to a town near San Diego, California, United States, before the arrival of Hurricane Ida. U.S.-based nonprofit Greater Good Charities, a Shining World Compassion Award laureate, coordinated the operation with volunteer pilots flying the adoptable animals to El Cajon. From there, volunteers from the cage-free boarding company Camp Runamutt helped bring the furry passengers to vehicles to transport them to facilities in San Diego. In another life-saving mission, the non-profit Bissell Pet Foundation, a Shining World Compassion Award recipient, chartered a cargo plane to transfer 109 canines and 25 felines from Louisiana shelters to the Washington, D.C. area a few days after the hurricane had landed. A standing ovation, all parties involved, for protecting precious lives in times of disaster. May all the rescued animals find loving forever homes in God's benevolence.